Play LBC.
Leading Britain's conversation. This is LBC.
From Global's newsroom at 10 o'clock, trade between the UK and France has restarted this morning. The French government has now agreed to ease the travel ban, which has brought in over worries about a new variant of COVID here. Thousands of lorry drivers who've been waiting in Kent are being tested for the virus as they have to provide a negative test result to travel. But some scuffles with police have broken out over long waits. Housing and Community Secretary Robert Jenrick says it will take some time to clear the backlog.
It will take a couple of days to work this through because there is a significant backlog now. So if you're an HGV driver, I would advise you not to go to Kent just yet, to wait until we've cleared the backlog before trying to make the journey.
More parts of England could go into Tier 4 from Boxing Day. London and parts of the South East have already got the toughest COVID rules. Ministers are meeting today to consider if measures are needed elsewhere due to rising cases of coronavirus. Jodie runs a beauty salon in Tiptree in Tier 2. She says the restrictions would be devastating.
You do rely on the busy periods to pick up for the lesser busy periods, but never mind this year where we've been forced to close for 6 months.
Scotland's First Minister has apologised after being photographed breaching COVID rules by taking off her mask at a funeral wake. Nicola Sturgeon was spotted speaking to 3 women at a bar at a distance but without her face covering. Under Scottish rules, customers must wear one when moving around. 3 police officers have been shot dead during a domestic call-out in central France. The suspect in the Puy de Dôme area was later found dead. Home Secretary Priti Patel says her thoughts and prayers are with the friends, family and colleagues of the officers it killed. Sir Tim Rice has called 2020 a disaster for the theatre industry. Many shows have been cancelled or put on hold because of the impact of the pandemic. The award-winning lyricist, best known for his collaborations with Lord Andrew Lloyd Webber and Elton John, says he hopes it will pick up again.
People I know in the theatre, writers and producers in particular, have been working very hard to leap back into action as quickly as possible. But of course for the actors and the performers, that's tough because there's not much they can do except hang around.
In the city a short time ago, the FTSE 100 was down 9 points at 64.44. The pound buys $1.34 and €1.10.
LBC weather.
With Hall, get winter ready. Rain will affect many southern and central areas with some heavy downpours at times. Southern England will be mild, the north will be brighter and colder with a chance of the odd shower, a high of 12 degrees. From Global's newsroom, I'm Holly Jones.
As a business owner, are you finding it tough switching to a virtual petting zoo? Has it been hard taking your comedy club online? Are you struggling to get your clients to unmute themselves?
Click on the mic button. No, the microphone.
Make moving payments online the easier part of adapting your business. Barclaycard. We take every payment seriously. Search Barclaycard Business. Subject to application, financial circumstances and borrowing history. T's and C's apply.
This is LBC from Global. Leading Britain's conversation with James O'Brien.
It's 3 minutes after 10 and you are listening to James O'Brien on LBC. It's like Christmas has come early, hasn't it? People with their radio tuned into LBC at the moment. Lots to get through today, but a slightly different show, I think, from normal because, well, obviously the scenarios are pretty bleak, aren't they? And yet Christmas is around the corner and we are perhaps all in need of some sort of festive cheer, so I will, as ever, do my best to make sure the pudding contains all of the most essential constituents and yet still retains a sort of festive zing. And to that end, we'll start with the NHS, because it's odd, isn't it? The numbers that I just shared with you there before the break, I'll remind you of them in a moment, are genuinely staggering. We yesterday saw more new cases announced of COVID-19 and we do seem to be finally leading the world when it comes to this new strain than anywhere else except America. I mean, America, and even I now am probably going to tire of pointing out the two things that they have in common in terms of recent democratic developments, but at least America has found the fire escape. We have not. So 36,804 new cases. I haven't got the hospitalisations figure in front of me, but we're heading towards what was the peak back in May. And you know, this sort of cavalcade of grimness continues. Still fourth highest deaths per million per population, sixth highest deaths overall. And you'd have thought if anything could put paid to English exceptionalism, it would be figures like that. But no, you still can, if you sort of lower yourself slightly, you can still find people claiming, oh, Boris Johnson's done a great job in difficult circumstances. He's done arguably the worst job in the world. And one of the reasons, perhaps, well, there are two reasons why it is not being more widely recognised, albeit I can assure you that outside the United Kingdom it is. Boris Johnson has led the UK into a series of, an abyss of successive disasters, something like that on CNN. And I've got other foreign media for you as well, which we'll share in the course of the morning. But I think there are two reasons why perhaps the appalling political leadership has not united the country. The first, of course, is that the massive majority of print media and indeed commercial broadcast media has been cheerleading for Boris Johnson as the embodiment of Brexit for so long that they've genuinely lost the ability to see what is under their own noses. I mean, the idea that you could either defend him or sort of excuse him now it's beyond satire, it's beyond psychology, it's just moved into the cultish, I think is the only way to describe it. You will not criticise the dear leader, even as he presides over an astonishing death toll and a huge resurgence in the coronavirus, which is largely down to the inadequacy and the appallingness of the political decisions that have been taken right across the United Kingdom as well. I mean, Wales is in all sorts of trouble at the moment in the context of